Global National with Carolyn Jarvis.
Hi there, and thanks for joining us. Protests in Egypt have turned into looting and killing as civil unrest unravels into anarchy. There are conflicting reports on how many are dead, but some estimates have it as high as 74. And with President Mubarak refusing to step down, anger only continues to grow. The people of Egypt are clear in their demands. They want a new president and a new way of life. Our foreign editor, Stuart Greer, is on the ground in Cairo and has the latest. Stuart.
Well, Carolyn, there may be a curfew tonight, but the streets are anything but quiet. The protests continue despite a heavy military presence with tanks and a warning that anyone outside would be in danger. For the fifth straight day, defiance on the streets of Cairo. Tens of thousands of people ignoring the military curfew and instead trying to convince the army to join their cause, boldly climbing onto tanks with slogans for change. But there were clashes too. At least 3 people were reportedly shot dead by police when they tried to storm the Interior Ministry building. Down with Mubarak, they chanted. As a concession to protesters, the 82-year-old president today appointed a vice president for the first time in his 30-year rule, the country's intelligence chief, Omar Suleiman. It's a move which shows he's at least considering a successor and may not run again in September's presidential vote. And as promised, the entire Egyptian cabinet today resigned.
If President Mubarak thought that speech last night and promised to replace the government would quell the protests, he's mistaken. People are still on the street and they want him out now.
Because we don't want Hosni Mubarak. It's over, okay? We didn't want him, okay? He screwed up, okay? And we want our freedom.
No Mubarak! No Mubarak! No!
Along the Nile, scenes of devastation, with the ruling party's headquarters still burning. Next to it, the Red Egyptian Museum, where dozens of priceless 5,000-year-old artifacts lay damaged by looters. Commandos had to storm the building to drive them out. Access was also cut to the Great Pyramids in nearby Giza. With the country in turmoil and its historical treasures off limits, thousands of tourists are getting out.
This building here was completely on fire. Cars, as you can see, everywhere on fire. People looting the building, people running out with computers in their hands. It's just insane.
After being completely cut yesterday, mobile phone service is now back up, but with disruptions. Internet access, however, which was used to organize the first protests, is largely down.
Information is not freely flowing, and they're all the time, hiding things under the carpet, and that's what's going to come home to roost in the end, that unless the Mubarak government, and it's not just the central government, it's also the governors, it's quite decentralized Egypt, they have to start becoming responsive to the needs of people.
Back on the streets tonight, there's a growing fear of lawlessness with reports of looting and people defending themselves with guns and bats. Meanwhile, Mubarak's close allies hold their breath, especially Israel, which has enjoyed a 32-year peace treaty with Egypt. With the country's fate now so uncertain, Israeli diplomats and citizens are being evacuated. Carolyn.
All right, thanks, Stuart. Stay safe. Our foreign editor, Stuart Greer, in Cairo tonight.